We define the sedimentary cycle as a cycle which comprises the weathering of an existing rock, followed by the erosion of minerals, their transport and deposition, then their burial. The first cycle of sediments contains a few distant minerals and rock fragments. If the referred materials were to be reworked to a second cycle, the less resistant minerals will be eliminated or altered to more stable products. The more sedimentary cycles a sediment completes, the more mature it will become, and will be dominated by well-rounded, resistant minerals. Human-caused pollutants can cause negative effects to this cycle in what this cycle does in our environment. Huge structures that take up a lot of land space can cause a huge decrease of planted trees and plants, which can increase erosion rates by a lot. Human-produced chemical wastes can also become attached or absorbed to the sediment particles and could then be transported or deposited to other areas, causing a spread of damage to the environment.
The phosphorus cycle is a crucial biogeochemical cycle that involves the movement of phosphorus through the Earth's ecosystem. Phosphorus is an essential nutrient for all living organisms and plays a vital role in many biological processes, such as energy transfer, DNA synthesis, and cellular respiration. In terrestrial ecosystems, the phosphorus cycle is primarily driven by weathering, erosion, and biological processes. The phosphorus cycle on land begins with the weathering of rocks, which releases phosphorus into the soil. Plants take up the phosphorus from the soil and it becomes incorporated into their tissues. When animals eat plants, they ingest the phosphorus, which becomes part of their bodies. When plants and animals die, their tissues decompose and the phosphorus is returned to the soil. Organisms such as bacteria and fungi play a critical role in the phosphorus cycle by breaking down organic matter and releasing the phosphorus back into the soil in a form that is available for plants to take up. This process is known as mineralization. Human activities such as agriculture and mining can also impact the phosphorus cycle on land. Fertilizers containing phosphorus are commonly used in agriculture to improve crop yields. However, if not applied carefully, these fertilizers can contribute to nutrient pollution in waterways, leading to eutrophication and harmful algal blooms. Mining activities can also release phosphorus into the environment, which can contribute to pollution. Damage to the phosphorus cycle can have wide-ranging impacts on ecosystems and human health. By promoting sustainable land management practices and reducing nutrient pollution, we can help protect the phosphorus cycle and ensure the long-term health and productivity of our natural system.
Overexploitation. Overexploitation is one of the anthropogenic effects on land. Anthropogenic meaning it is caused by human actions. Overexploitation is simply the overharvesting of natural resources wherein the planet cannot produce or renew its resources more than what is being harvested by humans. One of the factors for overharvesting resources is overpopulation. In 2011, the estimated population of humans was 7 billion. And fast forward to 2023, the human population surpassed 8 billion. According to the United Nations, if the population growth continues in 2050, the overall human population will estimate around 9.7 to 10.4 billion. What this means is that in order for the planet to support us, we need to support it back as well, and overexploitation is not the solution. In fact, it is the opposite of supporting the planet, as it harms it instead. Overexploitation may only temporarily benefit humans as nature reacts to human actions. For example, deforestation without replanting the trees. Cutting down trees benefits humans as it gives us resources to build our homes and other things. However, without replanting them or overcutting trees leads to unnatural floods, as rain is not being held back by the trees anymore. That is just one of the examples of the effects of overexploitation.
Pollution is The reduction of the quality of our resources by the introduction of impurities has many causes, including excessive foodborne industrial waste, pesticides, oil spills, and unwanted chemicals being absorbed into the soil. Primary kinds of pollution are air, water, and soil pollution, but certain areas can suffer from radioactive pollution, heat pollution, and noise pollution, and light pollution. The introduction of harmful materials into the environment. These harmful materials are called pollutants, can be naturally accessible kinds, as they can also be created by human activity, such as the trash or runoff produced by factories. Pollutants damage the quality of air, water, and land.
An invasive species is an organism that's not endemic to a specific place. It can also be any type of living organism such as amphibian, plant, insect, bacteria, or even the seed of an organism. An invasive species is a non-native organism that causes ecological or economic harm to a new environment. It has the potential to affect both natural resources in an ecosystem and human use of these resources. Invasive species can also enter a new area through ship, ballast water, purposeful or unintentional release of aquaculture species, or by, and any other means. Invasive species can also cause the loss of native plants and animals, reduce biodiversity, compete for limited resources with native organisms, and disrupt environments. This has the potential to have significant economic consequences as well as fundamental disturbance to the coastal and Great Lakes ecosystems.
Epigenetics is the study of heritable changes in gene expression that do not involve alterations to the underlying DNA sequence. These changes are influenced by various factors such as environmental response, lifestyle choices, and developmental cues, and they can have a long-lasting effects on an organism's traits and health. Epigenetic modifications include DNA methylation, histone modifications, and RNA-based mechanisms that can affect gene expression by regulating transcriptional activity, chromatin structure, and other molecular processes. Epigenetic changes are reversible and dynamic, allowing for adaptation to changing environments, but they can also be passed down through generations and contribute to the development of complex diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and neurological disorders.